Hey guys, Calic here. I'm going to be talking about my experiences and why I have learned and how I've learned that pure Chayulas are way worse than 5-ways in the following 5 ways, actually. Basically, the amount of activity that you have to complete as an actual player for yourself, like what you have to do and put in, the amount of danger that you're in throughout all of the content and things like that, some good builds for the content, including one for surviving, and what's not good, actually, as well, for running it and how not to die and things like that. Pricing, and finally, the drastic experience difference between the two types of content. For the personal activity, you, in 5-ways, basically just get to sit there and stand still. You don't have to do anything, you just get to watch Netflix, turn your sound on so that you can listen for volatiles, not get exploded. It's that easy. In Chayulas, you have to, move around, help everybody kill everything. You have, each Chayula is about 1 minute and 40 seconds. You have to leave, come back in, and then leave and then come back in significantly faster than 5-ways. So the next thing is going to be the amount of danger that you're in. You are constantly moving and in the face of all of the enemies when you're in pure Chayulas. Constantly just sitting there in the midst of the chaos while the ring is expanding. You're having to pay attention, move around, trust that nobody explodes a volatile on the group. And in 5-ways, you are tucked into a tiny little corner with very little danger being posed to you. You can't really be hit by many projectiles. Only a few things, when they go awry, can actually end up killing you. So, the next section, builds. For the builds that are good at carrying this type of content, I would say anything that uses a headhunter, specifically ranged builds. So things like Tornado Shot Ranger can technically work, but the optimal setup would be like a Kinetic Blast, Self-Curse, Occultist, or Power Siphon, something like that. I have a guide out for Kinetic Blast if you guys want to check that out specifically for carrying 5-ways. A way to get effectively carried, I'll have a POB for this down in the description, would be putting on as much life on your tree and gear as possible, and then running a bunch of auras that are safe. So you're going to be running like Discipline, Vitality, Purity of Elements. You won't need like, any of your typical damage auras like Pride, Precision, Hatred, Wrath, Zealotry, none of those. Those don't matter if you're just going for XP. Somebody else is doing the carrying. You just get to sit there and chill. And some bad builds for carrying would be things that require melee range. Things like BV. I've seen that Self-Curse BVs like to try and do 5-ways, but it just simply doesn't compare to how the projectile builds can do with, Power Siphon or a bow build or Kinetic Blast, things like that. So for the pricing, Chayulas are 2x at the time of recording, pure Chayula Breachstones, to clarify, for 6 runs in a rota, and each run is about 1 minute and 40 seconds. I've been running them cheaper on stream, but most people are running, or charging rather, 3x for 5 or 6 runs for 5-ways, and each 5-way is exactly 5 minutes and 15 seconds. It is timed. A little more in depth for the cost per run is going to be, since it's like 3x for 5 to 6 runs in 5-ways, that would break down into about 50 to 60 chaos per run. And for pure Chayulas, when it is 2x per run, you usually get 6, so it would be about 33 chaos per run. And although pure Chayulas break down into less of a cost, it also breaks down into the fact that Legion 5-ways take significantly less runs, so you're paying less overall for faster and better experience. Okay, the next segment, the most important one, is the amount of experience you get in both types of content. All of the XP mentioned will be for level 99 players. The exponential decrease in the experience gain is absolutely substantial. Once you hit level 99, you will definitely notice that it's incredibly difficult to level up at this point, which is why I'm going over everything I'm going over in the video today. Legion 5-ways, they will provide around 130 to 150 million XP an hour for 5 minutes and 15 seconds at a time, for 26 to 31 minutes or so, with 5 breaks between the instances going in and out in the host hideout at monster level of 84. Chayulas will provide around 95 million XP an hour, which is, I got these numbers from a Reddit thread for the Chayulas, the pure Chayulas, and that will be linked in the description. For about 10 minutes, because you're running 6 of them, maybe 12 if you're unlucky, with 5 breaks in between the instances with a monster level of 83. So the monster level is actually lower. The monsters you're killing are providing more of a exponential decrease because you're such a high level at that point. You are, you know, 16 levels above the area. I didn't farm any pure Chayulas to test this, so I'm going based off of my personal experience in them and what I've experienced, experience-wise, no pun intended, in the game between 5-ways and Chayulas. And lastly, for some other levels that we gathered during the stream, we were asking people to tell us the amount of experience per hour they were getting by resetting it right before we started. And then at the very end of it, they would tell me, you know, they would hover over their experience bar down here, and they would tell me, you know, the experience per hour that they were getting. So at level 94, they were getting around 900 million experience an hour. And at 97, it was between 240 to 300 million. It just depends on the resets and the kills and largely the buffs that the carrier is getting. It can cause a decent difference there. And then at level 95, it is about 500 million an hour. All right, guys, and that just about wraps it up for today. I appreciate you watching. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. The 3 pillars of YouTube help, basically. That's how you help me grow, and I help provide you more content in the near future. Just keep an eye out for more videos. I'll be live on Twitch as well every day. It's usually been around mid-afternoon to late afternoon. Thanks again, and I will see you guys later. What the fuck? Shroudwalker instantly, or...? Enjoying the chair? I am. I am quite wonderfully enjoying the chair. Spaghetti was very good. Poggers. I will actually get some water after this run if you remind me, please. I forgot to type out for people to reset their XP. Liz, could you type it out for me, please, in party chat for people to check their level and reset their XP so that I can see how much they're getting? A whole ancient orb dropped and an X from those incubators. Brenda, start setting up some life gear, by the way. Oh no, you're a Golemancer. Never mind. You really can't die. You're good. Never mind, never mind, never mind. I forgot. My bad. I was gonna say, you might want to set up like a bunch of life gear and stuff so you don't die, but I keep forgetting. Your build is invulnerable to all damage, pretty much. Unless it's one-shot BS? Yeah. Do you have a Corrupted Blood Jewel? Because if you don't have Corrupted Blood immunity, that could be your problem. My left click stopped working there for a second. That was very strange. Somebody got an X? No, they got a 6 link, I see. Thinking I don't have it? Okay, so what you're going to want to do is look for... I think the cheapest one is Primordial Might. It's the white jewel. And look for one of those with Corrupted Blood. Because that can definitely get inflicted on you and, like, fuck your whole day up. Okay, so that was... They said 900 million... Okay, so reset XP again, please. 240 million, 97 level. $900 million. 94 level. Alright. What the fuck? She's not dead yet? Alcuna de Black Sikima. Sakhama. Yo, this song is a fucking heater. Sheesh. No, it's not Primordial Might. It's Primordial Imminence. That's the cheap one. Or Harmony. You can do either of those. Don't do Primordial Might with Corrupted Blood. Pay, you know, up to like 5 or 6x, honestly, because it's worth a lot. It's a really common mod for you to get Corrupted Blood, and that is insanely deadly. I keep forgetting to reinstall this game. It's been like a month since I first wanted to do it. Or a month and a half or so, actually. How are you posting like that? That's just where my fingers lay. I can show you exactly how I'm holding my hand after this run. Like, my fingers rest between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and 3 and 4, and then my thumb just always rests on V because of WoW. When I played WoW, that was my immunity button. And so I just have it there for safety, and yeah. You're not allowed to macro in this game, though. I just have very fast fingers. Why no macro? Because it is against the terms of service. You will get banned if you use those. And it is no hassle to me to not use those. No hassle to me to, like, use the buttons how I'm using them now. I mean, not macros. Curious why there's a ban? Because it's the design of the game to not allow things that, like, make your life insanely easy. This game is supposed to be difficult and grindy. And when you implement things that take away layers, then the game becomes trivialized. And they don't want to trivialize the game. That is not Chris Wilson's dream for the game. We don't even have, like, confirmation that auto-clickers are okay, so... People don't use auto-clickers, they'll use, like, a scroll wheel or something, so it's still, like, an activity required.